Alright everybody, well, welcome back. So today I'm kind of in a pickle here. So we went out on the boat last and I realized that I'm not getting a read on my rear transducer. And I don't know what's going on with it. I do know that it'll read if you switch the transducer, but this transducer itself doesn't look bad. So something in there's messed up. I don't know if you can burn them up. I did leave the thing on the last time before that one of going out. So I want to keep it because this one has maps and that on it. And it's pretty neat. So I might take the transducer from the front and rerun it through the console, back under all the steering controls, and in the back, and switch that one out and take all that off the boat to keep this going. But that leaves me with nothing on the front. And since the back one has maps and the front doesn't, I'm actually probably going to pull this off and replace this. So the plan is today, now that I'm off work, I'm waiting on a buddy. Him and his wife are going to follow us out there. But we're going to go out of state and go to West Virginia to go to Cabela's and either see if they got a transducer that works for these Helix 5s, or if we want to upgrade to something different. Now, my buddy's telling me just get a LiveScope, but I don't know. So we're gonna go on up, see what they have, see if they got a transducer, see if they even have the stuff to do LiveScope in stock, or if that's something that has to be ordered. I have no idea. And on top of that, I had to stop doing my jugs. If you watched my other video, I gave a tutorial on how I build my jugs. But I had to stop redoing these because, well, it was getting late and I had to go get a shower and go to work. You know how that goes. So I want to get all this done today. I want to go up, see what they got, get it all installed and put in the boat, get these jugs done, because tomorrow we want to go get some catfish. We want to see what's in the waters around here, if it's too early, if they're, you know, the big ones are out or not. I have shrimp already unthawed, ready to go. So let's get this boat in shape so we can do this. Stay tuned. All right, it is late. A lot of things happened so far, but I got the jugs done. I went on out to Triadelphia, West Virginia, to that Cabela's. It is 12:10 a.m. So I'm probably not getting into this much tonight, but I will definitely show you how I did it. But I did go with LiveScope. So that is transducer. I already had this open, trying to check things out. But in here, you'll end up getting that. Your black box, which is way bigger than I thought it ended up being, which is fine. Just, I gotta find out where I want to mount this. Everybody puts it in like a rod locker. They have other storage boxes. You don't get that on a Tracker 170, which means I gotta figure out how I'm gonna run this. Got mounts and everything in here, it looks like. So this should be how I hook my transducer up to my trolling motor. Let's go through the books there. Fuse and that for a power line. So yeah, this pretty much, I'm going to have to figure out where I'm putting this and how much line I have and if I need extensions or what. So this is going to be a little trickier than what I'm used to. I believe that's the keep from the interference that goes on the cord. So I gotta go through this, and then I also need to look up the best way of how to mount it, like where, because my screen, this is gonna go here, the motor's gonna go here. This set came with a battery too, so I gotta find out where I'm putting this. And the best spot that I'm thinking is I might, if I come on around here, thinking about putting it down in that box all the way in the back and actually putting a bracket or something to hold it in place, and then running it through the boat's channel up through there, and then out through the front, and then wire it up. And then I gotta figure out, does Doesn't the transducer wire into the black box and then go up to the screen? Like, pretty sure that's how it goes. But do I have enough line for that too? I don't know. But apparently with this kit, I get downward imaging, side imaging, and just all of it. So this one's transducer, and that's included too, on top of me having the LiveScope. So she told me down there that this will give me side imaging, downward imaging, and 2D forward-facing imaging. But this is the 9-inch screen because of the cover. Oh my goodness. One hand does not work on a lot of this. Give me 1 second here. Okay, they got that whole thing set there, and there you get a nice little decal sticker. That is the 9-inch graph, which is more than enough since it's going to literally replace that. Like, comparison really doesn't do justice here, but touch screen and all that, so it's gonna be pretty nice. Never really messed with Garmin much for anything. I do like that they actually give you a whole mount and that here that goes through for your wiring to your screen, which I will be putting that on this bracket here. As you can see, this one was not really made for this. I had to make it fit. So I'm going to use this bracket here and actually raise my screen up. So this is going to kind of kick up like that. But it also comes with all your wiring and cables and that in here. Your brackets, your fuse, and that. The spare one. And again, for interference, your cord and that ties up through these. So this is going to be a project. I'm going to have to YouTube all this and find out what cords go for what, so I know where things are running, or I'm going to have to lay it out in this deck. But this will be the new addition on the boat. And then that way I can take the transducer from this one, put on the back finder, and I'll still have maps and everything over there. But up here, while I'm up on the front and actually fishing, I will have LiveScope. That is it, people. I'll get back to the here in a couple minutes here, which will probably be tomorrow, but in this video, I guess it'll be literally seconds. And we'll see how this is going on the boat. Thank you. If you got any ideas, or if I put something up here wrong, let me know, because that might save me a lot of hassle. All right, I'll be back with you. Okay, well, the time is, kind of got fixated on it, it's only 1:12, so we're doing pretty good. 1:12 in the morning. But I figured out how I'm going to run it, and it's kind of how I said. Kind of. So I took off all of the old stuff, the Lawrence Hook 2. This is the one with no maps. Took off the transducer that we had installed onto the trolling motor, and then I got the power cable back out where I had it tied in under here. You can see the connections right there. So I just snipped off the ends. Those will be fine, tucked away in there. Trolling motor still will work. Everything's still wired right there, of course. But I had the mount sitting right here, and I'm able to put a hole in this. They gave me a piece for the wire to go under that. I'm gonna run it right into there, which literally runs this whole length of this boat right to here. I took off this where my pump comes in. They got some foam in there. Surprised they didn't fill it all the way, but that void goes all the way down. And then here is where I was going to store my battery and everything, which now I'm thinking about putting something in here and then hook up a charger where the cord goes through here and right under here. I mean, that'd be pretty neat. Just literally come under here, plug it in, and it'll charge. No need to get to it, and if I have to, it was literally just 4 self-tappers, one of which was snapped off, so that was great. I had to pull the pin out, the rest of it. But yeah, open this plate, and I literally have access to run it right to the front, right back to here. So that way my battery and that actually have a box. Maybe I should cut into this and make a spot where my battery just drops down in. And then the actual black box here, I could actually put that right up against this face, right up against this, screw it on in, and then I could put a port on the side where I can run that charger in and out of here. I mean, that just made this easier if I do it that way. I got plenty of cord by the looks of it to run all of this how I want it. I'm not sure about the other transducer. Might run that through here to go to the back of the boat, because my side imaging in that, I'm gonna need to hook that up. So, which I believe, yeah, was this guy. So, to get me downward imaging inside image is right here. And then that one's going on my trolling motor. So I'm gonna put that one on, wire it up, and then run the wire where I need it to go down in this cubby and here, run on over and up. And then from there, I'm gonna have to get this one drilled out to run the power to the screen and down. So that's the plan. Let's see if we can get her done. Okay, hopefully I got this right, but it's on. So I'll give you a rundown of what I did. The back, I messed with this transducer, so we're gonna see if this transducer is gonna read right once it's in the water instead of reading 500 feet when it's only 20 foot of water. So we gotta figure that one out, but she's on, everything's back together. I'm gonna have to put this stuff back away. But yeah, don't mind the bolts. So got all that covered back up, everything sealed up. Put the screws, well, better ones in, because they had some busted heads. This is still open, but I ran all my wiring from the front of the boat up there all the way up here. I covered it with this so it won't rub where I drilled holes through the wall. This one got a little funky, but it's hidden in a cubby. No one's gonna see it. So yeah, got all that wrapped up so we're not bouncing around in here. And if you don't have, like, I got an extra port here. Don't know what's supposed to go here. I'm pretty sure it might be for running 2 graphs or something, but NMEA 2000, which I think this was 189 or something. But apparently I don't need those. I found a guy that did them on a video, said you do not need the brown and blue, just the black and red. So I ran the black and red. Had to extend it. It's a little heavier wire that I'm using, so that's good. Then I ran on up into there, and I put coating over all this stuff, so it's good. So I got power ran to the screen, which is on. I got power to the black box, which means this will be on. And I mounted my other one on the bottom. Everybody kept telling me you couldn't do this, then I found out, yeah, you apparently can. Some people get interference, but I just don't think they put the little rings on the backs of their transducers. Both of mine have that, because the LIVESCOPE here actually runs through the black box, and then the other one is here. So I put that on there. It's supposed to keep with the interference. It's got little like lead pieces or whatever in there. So just put it around the wire where it connects up, they said, and it'll help with interference. So let's see if it does. But it is on. I have not taken off the filament yet. I'm gonna have to set it up on here. But I ran it all down that side. I'm gonna have to climb up in here. But ran it right down in here. There was that whole thing's open like you seen. And then I actually fastened some wood in here so I could have the black box not attached, just laying on carpet. I don't know if that gets hot. Let me lay down here, but all right, I fastened a board right into the back wall here. May try to screw into my live well, so that way this ain't bouncing around. It's all good.
I tied up all the wiring in the back and attached it in here. So the battery's in there. That's good. It's in a box in case anything spills or something in here. This ain't sitting in it. But I am gonna put, I gotta go get one, put a strap or something for this, or take a board from here and across, just so that way this don't move. But right now it's pretty freaking good. And of course I put a kill switch. So let's see if that works. Well, we're gonna have to look into that. Oh no, that's right. The screen's fully attached. This is just for the black box. I'm an idiot. So it's all down here. A lot of people put them in the rod box, but my rod box ain't big. And I got like 12 rods in there. Mine and then a couple of the boys's. And so I'm getting too old for this. But yeah, now I'm gonna get her set up. And we're gonna have to give her a good water test and make sure everything functions right. But I'm gonna have to make sure that the front there still has power from the black box to the screen for the transducer. So, and then we could test out LiveScope and check out my imaging and get all that set up. So far, I think we're good. I think that is all the wiring I needed to do. It got a little more over my head than what I was expecting this to be. I figured it'd be a more plug and go. Maybe mess with setups while you're on the lake. But for the most part it was. But me trying to drill holes in certain pockets of the boat and hunt down stuff kinda got away there. And like I found out is, don't zip tie your LiveScope transducer here. If you zip tie it, it voids the warranty, I guess. I don't know if I mentioned that the other day when I was messing with this. So I used electrical tape over that, but zip tied the other transducer that's on the bottom here, because it just seems better. Makes more sense to do it that way. Left room here so the shaft can spin, and it'll have some slack here so it can still rotate left and right, and we should be all right. So, yep, some of that in it pushed down. Hopefully all this holds. A buddy of mine told me use that on there, electrical tape. So, all right, well, I'm gonna get this set up, and we're gonna have to get dinner. This is literally an all-day thing. I had to run and get different size self-tapping metal screws because everything that I kept grabbing was different sizes, different depth. I thought the on and off switch would come with screws. It didn't. The kill switch didn't even come with screws. So I had to go back for those. Then I thought I had these for the battery, so I could put my wires in there. But these are what I had. Didn't realize that these wouldn't be big enough. Literally by not even a millimeter. Like, it's tiny difference. The bolt barely, like, it wouldn't go in. It's just right there on the edges. So then I had to go ahead again and go grab more of those. Then I had to go get these so I could splice in the wires together. So it was one thing after the other, but she is on. Everything's hooked up. She's working. So yeah, that is a new upgrade on the boat. If you're gonna do this, do better than I did. I definitely should have researched more. I'm messaging people, asking questions here, trying to find if I could put the transducer and the LiveScope, those ones together, like on the same thing, or if I need a separate bracket for that. Find out what's going on with the separate wires that are on there, the blue and the brown. And find out that's another thing that you could add to these. And then trying to find out the black box, does it matter which way to face it? So, and that's my phone. Well, thanks for watching. Look forward to the next video, I guess. We'll see how this works out. Till next time, peace.